Do you know Ozzy at all? Oh, you know Ozzy. Careful, Ozzy, he'll fall down. I'll go. You interview Ozzy.
Are you all right? You look good. How are the kids, Jack?
Ozzy, you remember me? I'm the guy. Ozzy, I'm the guy who interviewed you today. Ozzy's here for you.
Oh, he's just here for me.
I'm gonna leave.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'll leave. You go do your Ozzy thing. Ozzy, you stay here and do the show. How are you, Ozzy?
I'm fine.
You got to
see
introduce you. Ozzy just wrote a book.
No kidding.
It's terrific. Ozzy hasn't read the book.
No.
But Ozzy sat for a series of interviews,
right.
and it really is quite compelling, Ozzy's book.
And they put it together, all about his life.
It's a good-looking book.
Yeah, does it talk about biting the bat's head off?
Yeah, but that's the big thing. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much more to Ozzy than just the bat.
I know. When you met Sharon and she was all chubby and round and she worked at the manager's, remember?
Yeah.
Ozzy is...
You did.
There is you got to. I'll leave, but you got. I have to go back in my office and work. I
you have
sleep.
a job?
No, I go back and sleep.
Oh, he has to go too. Ozzy can't be here either. Oh, he came in for a photo.
Oh, Ozzy came in for a photo.
All right, go ahead, do a photo with Ozzy.
All right.
Ozzy, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you. Look so good.
The last time was at Madison Square Garden at Elton John's home.
That's right, and I sat right behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Sharon, who I love.
By the way, Ozzy is banging Sharon again. He's off the Viagra.
Yeah.
He's off the antidepressant.
Yeah, you look good. You look healthy, Ozzy.
Ozzy's fucking like a rabbit. It's unbelievable.
And is Kelly good? Is Kelly with the blonde boy still?
Yeah, we're not thrilled about that.
Well, he's trying to help you, Ozzy. He's not doing it very well. Yeah, honey, listen.
Ozzy, look at me.
Ozzy.
Rosie's asking you.
Yeah, I got a question. Is Kelly still dating? Oh, jeez. Somebody help Daddy. Is Kelly still dating the blonde boy?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. Go.
Let me translate. Yes.
Yes. Okay, I got it. All right.
But anyway, you want me out of here?
No, I don't want you out of here. Ozzy has to leave. Goodbye, Ozzy. I love you. See you later.
Let me finish the story, then I'll leave.
All right, tell me the story, and then we have to talk about that.
Is this a great place to work? Look at Ozzy walks in.
Why can't we do this together? Lighten the load, Howard.
So easy.
Lighten the load.
So, listen, that Ozzy.
So you're on Letterman.
Ozzy was on for a half hour. I don't know one thing he said.
Yeah,
but it was great. I love Ozzy. He's my guy.
He's a good guy.
So, he's unbelievable. You know, his first wife gave him cats. He came out of rehab. So she bought him a bunch of cats.
Right.
He took a gun and shot them all. And then she got him chickens, so he raised chickens. He went around, he shot all the chickens, and then chopped up one with a machete.
Okay.
He was crazed out of his
mind. He's had a
mind.
hard time, that guy.
And then he tells me he just went out and bought a gun. I go, Ozzy, you shouldn't have a gun. This is a guy who failed his driving test 19 times. And in other words, you have to take a test to drive a car.
I know.
He failed 19 times. Walked right in, hires a kite, and got a gun.
Yes.
So, it was crazy stuff.
And Sharon has those little dogs too. She has those little Pomeranians and Yorkies.
He's a changed man.
He's a changed man, you can tell.
He's totally in love.
His skin looks good.
He's a great guy. I love him. I do love Ozzy.
He's a sweet man.
And I love his music. But you like show tunes, I like Ozzy.
Okay, so you're on Letterman.
So I'm on Letterman.
Trying to talk.
Let me finish the story. Trying to talk about well, he said, how do you feel what you did to my girlfriend?
No way.
Yeah, now this is in. I had done the first segment. We were leading up to the second segment. This is in the commercials.
Oh. Now is he angry with that face you just made?
I go, what? He goes,
good comeback. What? Yeah, my 9-year-old does that to me. What?
Well, he got me. He goes, you know, I can't believe what you did to her. Do you know I left her crying in tears? Do you know how hurt she is? Do you know what she feels like? I hope you're really proud of yourself. I said, Dave, and they go, we're back. Swear to God.
Oh,
just
no.
like that.
Please tell me you went there. Did you go right there or you just left it?
No. I was in a state of shock. Okay. I didn't know what to make of. I go, oh, Dave just had a really interesting conversation with me. And then he changed topics, and I walked out of there. I was frazzled.
Now, wait. Have you been asked back since then?
Oh, a million times.
Oh, a million times.
Yeah, I get them ratings. They could care less. If I killed someone, as long as I get ratings, they'll have me back.
They don't care at all.
One thing, though, since Dave's scandal,
I
wonder, I know I'm always invited on the show, but I wonder if Dave would be comfortable having me on, because I can't see me going on and not bringing it up.
You have to bring it up. It's a little too much ammunition for you right there to leave it, right?
You want Letterman, right?
A couple times.
You don't like him?
You know, it's not I don't like him. It's just that, like, I don't connect to him at all. It's like he doesn't try to, like, in the commercials, there's nothing there. You can't grab into, you know.
I understand.
So I try, I've done it a bunch of times, and they always ask for me to go back, but then I always end up you know, he says something horrible about me, and then I'm like, forget it.
Yeah,
You
who
know?
needs the aggravation?
Who needs it? Whatever. I'm too old.
You got 100 million. What do
I
you
got
care?
100 million, Howard.
100 million. My God.
Although with those 10 kids, I could be bankrupt in a day.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to leave because
I don't know why.
Because you had enough of me.
No, I enjoy you. I think this is fun.
You think this
And
is fun?
who is this guy with the little reporter? Are you a
That's
reporter?
Steve Langford from Howard 100.
Oh, I love that. I told him I want to rip that off from you, Howard.
The Howard
I
100
want to do
News.
Rosie News, and we tried to do it, but you know what they did? Regular news.
Well, I'll tell you
Like,
about the
it can't
news.
be regular news. It has to be germane to the person.
When I first got signed to satellite, I started to imagine the channels and what they would sound like because I have my own channel.
Right.
And, you know, I couldn't come on satellite for a year. I was still under contract to terrestrial radio.
Right.
And so I wanted to have a presence on the satellite and start this thing up. I said, so how can we have the show without the show being on? So I'm taking a shower one day, and I'm just standing there. My mind blanks out, and all of a sudden I start hearing in my head the news. Except the news isn't about anything but me.
Oh.
All news, all the time, just like the all news radio station, but I'm hearing the news, but it's all Howard Stern today. And in other news, Eric the Midget did this.
Now, did you think you were having a stroke?
No.
No?
I started to think I started to listen to the radio show in my head, and I said, this is fantastic.
It's a good idea.
We're going to have Howard 100 News. And my fans don't care. You can get the regular news anywhere. You can tune to CNN, to Fox.
This is what
you
I
can go to
tried to
anything.
explain to them.
I said, my fans want to hear the news about the Howard Stern show.
Like the Tiger Woods beauty pageant.
So I came over here one day, I stopped in, and I started to talk to a guy named Walt Sabo. At the time was working here. Jeremy Coleman, who you work with.
Yes, so
I had several meetings with Jeremy, and we started talking. I tell them about this Howard News, that I have this idea, this plan. How did you come up with this plan? Oh, I'm in the shower, I'm nude, you know, I don't want to think about my body, it's not all that great. So and so it became clear to me that the glue that would hold my channel together would be the Howard 100 News Department.
Smart idea.
And we hired the guys who do the news for WINS and WCBS AM. And then we brought in a guy like Steve Langford and Lisa G. These were all real top-notch reporters.
Right.
And all day long, they scour the universe for things going on in the Howard Stern world.
Right.
If High Pitch Eric gets arrested, it's on the news. It's a lead story.
Yeah.
The people in my world are the top.
All right, now let me ask you something. Did you let them cover the Artie thing?
Yes.
You
in
did.
fact, well, I'll be honest with you. At first, no.
Yeah.
It was
too hard.
It was too hard.
Yeah.
It was so startling. And I said to the news department, and I rarely, I think Steve will tell you this, maybe 2 or 3 times since we've been on the air, have I ever made a request.
Right.
For some reason, I felt this was such a private matter, and we happened to hear about Artie's suicide attempt, and it hadn't hit the paper, and the family was trying to keep it quiet. They were
Right.
desperate for some sort of peace. And I said, I don't think we should go on the air.
Just leave it alone.
As soon as it became mainstream, and because we had access, that's how we knew about it. We wouldn't have had that access
Right,
otherwise.
right.
So it was so sensitive, and Artie is such a good friend, and Artie is such a dear, sweet guy, and I hope he's okay.
Have you talked to him?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Because I spoke to his sister.
Right.
I put in a little feeler there to see, I have a lot of compassion for that guy. I read his book and like seeing him, and I've been watching a lot of the tapes of you with him, and somebody on the internet made a thing hurt with the song.
Fabulous.
But you know what, Howard, when he started to cry one time and you got up and went over to him,
Yeah.
it was heartbreaking to watch it. And, I just hope that he knows that even though it feels to him sometimes that there's no safety net, there is. And there are people who care about him, who love him, and who understand.
Well, yeah, I spoke to him, and it was a difficult conversation, because I can't wrap my head around that my Artie would do this to himself.
That's right.
And Artie is a terrific guy, such a super talented guy, and he hurt himself, and he tried to check off the planet. And I can't wrap my head around that. I can't even believe it's the same guy I sat there with. And for him to be so sad and to be so in such a low place to do this to himself, this is the real deal. This is.
Did you tell him how it made you feel?
No, I'll tell you the truth. We spoke on the phone, and he was in a facility. It's very hard. He's surrounded by a lot of people when he speaks because the way it's set up, the phone is public.
Right.
And Artie just, it was tough. I said, hey, Artie, first thing I said, any good-looking girls there?
Right.
And he's like, these kind of answers. So it was almost like...
Probably a lot sedated and stuff.
Yeah, and for 2 minutes we had I'd say it lasted 2 minutes.
Right.
It was very awkward.
Right.
And I hope he'll be okay.